My dirt bike is broken and I haven't been riding for the past couple of weeks. So I've had to come up with ways to stay motivated and keep myself busy so I don't fall into a depressive state. And if you relate at all and are going through something similar, then this video is for you. And if we haven't met yet, hey, I'm Angelisa and I love to share all of my passions and experiences, adventures and insights while I learn new things on my dirt bike. And before we jump into this video, let's go make a coffee. All right, so why do I love my hobbies and my sports so much? Well, it challenges me in so many ways, mentally and physically, and it makes me happy. I have always found that adrenaline rush has always been the best type of therapy for me. It gets me outside and I get some fresh air. I also feel connected to focus on getting better in my sports, and it's always made me feel alive. Have you ever felt that way? Because my dirt bike has been out of commission, I've had to dig deep and come up with creative ways to fill my time and fill my cup with other tasks. I've also learned a couple new hobbies, and I had to create new habits so that when I get back on the saddle, when I get back on my dirt bike, I won't feel like I've taken time away from the dirt bike and I can pick up where I left off. So let's chat about some of the tips and habits that I've been implementing these past couple of weeks to help me stay motivated and busy and basically to keep my sanity. Number one is cleaning. Hear me out. This sounds funny, I know, but this has helped me to do the tasks that I wasn't willing to do when I was riding. And that is cleaning my gear and washing my hydration packs. I actually made a video on how to clean and scrub out your hydration reservoir, and you can find that video over here, and I will have a link in the show notes as well. Giving your gear a good clean helps you stay motivated to get back on the bike. There are times where I don't feel like cleaning at all. Oh my gosh, trust me. But I know that if I don't do it during these slow times, I won't get it done. And I want you to be honest, when's the last time you've actually scrubbed and cleaned your dirt bike gear? Another task for cleaning is cleaning your garage or your shop, making sure all of your tools and gadgets are put away and stored properly, and just taking the time to organize. Just spending time in your garage and organizing is such a great way to minimize feelings of being sad and anxious. I truly believe a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. So take this time to do some cleaning and organizing, and don't feel like you need to tackle the entire space. I know that can feel very overwhelming, but put some music on and prepare some snacks if you need, whatever helps to keep you motivated, and just start in one corner of your shop and just work your way. This can be done over time. This isn't just like a one-day thing, especially if you're not as organized as we are, my husband and I. I don't have a shop or a garage at the moment, but my husband and I, we are building our dream shop, which is very exciting. So in the meantime, what I've done is I clean my entranceway because that's where all of our gear lives. And I actually also spent the time cleaning my truck, washing my truck. I live off-grid and our road is a gravel road, so our trucks get very dirty driving. So spending the time to scrub my truck is another way to keep my sanity and get me motivated to load up my dirt bike to go ride. Cleaning can also be applied to your outdoor space. So I'm very grateful and lucky that I have my own enduro park and enduro track. So I need to stay on top of weeding and cutting the grass. And so what I do, or what I've been doing during this slow time, is I get that weed whacker and I do all the clippings around all the obstacles. So now that they're looking a lot bigger. And this way, while I am doing some weed whacking, I can visualize myself hitting some of these obstacles. My next point is volunteer. If you are a hard enduro, chances are you belong to a local dirt bike association. Most clubs need volunteers, to help with trail maintenance. Now, this may require a bike to get up into the trails to do some maintenance. However, maybe you have a spare dirt bike or a buddy wouldn't mind lending you one. So that's a great way to stay motivated and keep within your sport. Another idea is if you're a motor rider, chances are you live near a MX track, and just see if they need any help. Sometimes they need volunteers to help maintain the track or work at events such as races that are happening. Volunteering at your local clubs and MX tracks is such a great way to stay within your riding community and be a part of that community. So what that looks like for me is actually giving back to my community in some way, shape, and form. I run a podcast called Brat Babes Throttle Talk, and I'm very passionate in getting to know women riders in the dirt bike and snowmobile space. I built my podcast to give back to women riders who deserve more promotion, more hype, and more recognition. So during my downtime, I've had more space to interview women riders and to record more podcasts. And my season 3 just came out, so I will leave my playlist over here and you guys can check that out after. I also have my podcast on Apple and Spotify, so you can check that out. And again, links will be in the show notes below. And I touched a little bit about this earlier, but visualization. Visualization can go such a long way. But it requires practice and patience, which is great when you have the extra time, which we do right now. Visualization is something I practice every single day, but because I've been off my dirt bike, I really had to be intentional in my visualization ritual. So I've gone the extra mile and set up my environment around me, which is this space right here that you see. And this way, when I set up my environment, I can be very intentional and detailed when visualizing. If you didn't know, I've been working on a clutch up to static balance. And that's a drill that I've been working on for the past, over a month now. And it is one of the hardest drills I have ever done. So because I took my bike in to the shop to get it repaired, I haven't been able to practice this drill. And one of my biggest fears is if I don't practice something, I am afraid of losing it. So what I've done is I've been visualizing myself doing the clutch up to static balance drill. And I do this in different parts. I do this where I have a point of view shot, almost like a GoPro, where I'm visualizing it with my bars in front of me. And I do all of the steps through, and I do that so many times. And I do that and I visualize myself landing it. Okay, and I also do it from a side profile view where I can see it. And then I also go a little bit further where I do a bird's eye view so I can see from down below. So there's way more to it for visualization, and I'm not an expert, but it is something I do religiously. So I pick out a song and I put that on repeat, and it's gonna be a song that gets me pumped up, gets me excited. You want to connect all of your senses when it comes to visualization because you are heightening all of your senses. And your brain, you don't realize this, but you're tricking your brain into thinking it's actually happening. So when you can heighten those senses, the better the visualization is going to be. So for me, that's listening to a song to get my senses of feeling excited, pumped up, and ready to go. Another thing is smells. So what are you smelling around you while you're doing your visualization? That's another sense that you're heightening and into tricking your brain into believing it's real. So all of this with heightening your senses, it will amplify your muscle memory and help you pick up where you left off when it comes to dirt biking. There's so much science and proven case studies when it comes to visualization. I highly recommend you read the book Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He talks a whole lot more and gets a little bit more technical with it. There's a lot of deep dives, but there's also a lot of meditations and visualization prompts in there that will help. And if you are an athlete, if you are going through some injuries, and you need to take some time off from your dirt bikes or any other type of sports, it is such a great descriptive book that will help with you getting back. I'm gonna have a link in the description box below so you can purchase the book. I'm not sure if there is an Audible. I would love one, to be honest, so I can listen to it on repeat. But the book link will be below. All right, and actually my last bonus tip for you is to find a new hobby, return to old hobbies, or challenge yourself into learning something new. However this looks to you, do that. Spend time in learning something new. For me, I love learning new skills and learning about new tools. I crave challenges, and so taking up a new hobby to challenge myself in a new way makes me feel alive. If you don't like being a beginner at new hobbies, I challenge you to push through that and do something you've always wanted to learn and do. Now's the time. So what this looks like for me is learning a new song on my guitar, and I actually picked up my flute again. And I am currently practicing relearning how to read music. It's been a while, 20 years, but it's just another way to push out creativity in spending time in doing something new. Another thing that I've been doing is editing really cool artistic videos. I've been challenging and pushing myself to be a little bit more creative in videography. I will post a video here. So these types of edits take me a very long time, 10 hours to be exact. So that's why I don't do them very often. They just require a lot of time and patience, but I absolutely love creating these types of videos. Like, I feel so fulfilled, so accomplished, and excited about it. It's just a good way to keep myself distracted, to keep myself busy in learning new tricks and tips and tools when it comes to my creativity. Another hobby that I've adopted is learning how to skateboard. I have a snowboarding background, so skateboarding to me makes sense, but oh my gosh, it's very scary for me to do. My daughters skateboard. My husband actually used to be a pro skateboarder back in the day, and so I've never had the opportunity growing up to ride skate parks. So we have a beautiful skate park here in Pemberton and also at Whistler, and so spending time doing that with them has been so much fun, and again, pushing myself out of my comfort zone has been fun too. I know motivation isn't easy at times, but finding ways to keep your spark alive will help you stay motivated and disciplined to get back on your dirt bike. I actually created a video on how to reset and to reflect and to rejuvenate, and you can check that video next. And that's a little slower moving video as well, and a little bit more about self-care during downtimes. So that's all that I have for you today. Comment below and let me know what you do for your downtime. Keep killing it safely out there, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.